I never in my life thought that I would be in a position that I would be president of a branch of NAACP.
Lisa grew up in East Central Spokane and spent most of her time with her grandmother.
She was 4'11", so she's a little thing, but she was so larger than life.
Everyone knew Miss Sarah Gardner, and Lisa says her grandma welcomed everyone into her beauty salon on Sprague.
At any day, you could see either a preacher, a pimp, a prostitute, or a politician sitting in her chair. She didn't turn anyone away, and I think that's what made her so lovable by the community.
Lisa also tells me she was very active in politics.
I remember at a very young age going with my grandmother to the NAACP meetings, coming right here to City Hall with my grandmother when she was going to city council meetings.
Then one moment changed everything. Her grandmother was found murdered in her own beauty salon.
There was a lot of trauma after my grandmother's death for our family, and she was kind of the center of our life here in Spokane. She made everything move and go. I just didn't feel like Spokane was it for me anymore.
Lisa left the Lilac City. It would be years before she heard her childhood town calling her home.
It feels good to be back in Spokane and actually give back based on the seeds that were planted in me.
Just remembering your grandmother and the things that how do you think she would feel about this?
She would be excited. She would be like, yes, baby, yes. It really is a huge responsibility. It takes a level of confidence because you have to be confident in what you're going to say, and you're going to have to be confident in what you know to be right and wrong, especially dealing with race relations and civil rights in Spokane.
She says being NAACP president opens the door to a whirlwind of different perspectives.
We're brought into different conversations, not just from a political standpoint, not just from a community standpoint, but also from a moral standpoint. So making sure that I am set and ready to walk into these rooms and have those, very heavy conversations that I didn't think that I was prepared for, but obviously a greater power. I like to think my grandmother has something to do with that.
As for her position with Spokane City Council,
I will never forget the night that I looked at the job description for the city council. I looked at the website and I looked and saw Betsy Wilkerson's picture. A place that's inclusive and has diversity, to me, it speaks to me. I was very excited.
Now she's focused on building up her childhood neighborhood and turning it into a safe place for everyone, just like her grandma.
Because East Central historically has been the Black community, it's like we really come together and gather around East Central. And we don't have a cultural center here or a cultural hub. And I think that with the right financial investments, East Central could be that.